has had a really good fall camp. You know, he's solidified at least as the second quarterback. You know, and the third quarterback, Hecklinski, is flashing pretty good. So this is looking pretty good at quarterback, I'd say. You know, Gronowski he hasn't had the practices that Brown has had, but I haven't heard anything bad about Gronowski either. So, and that's my news roundup for tonight.
You missed one important one.
I did. What?
Logan Jones earns USA All-American preseason All-American honors.
Yep, he's second team. The center at Florida is going to be, first team in all the preseason one. But
okay, alrighty. So I want to just talk briefly, guys. I don't want to chase you guys away, but I have a passion for women's soccer, and I coached girls soccer, I should say, up through high school for years, and so I do have a passion for it a little bit. So they do have they're ranked number 7, their highest ranking ever, and they do have a game coming up against TCU tomorrow night, who's also ranked. Okay, thank you, Andrew. So they're going to take on TCU tomorrow night on Big Ten Network, I believe 7:30 Hawkeye time, 5:30 my time. So they're going to be on the Big Ten Network, and then their next game following that will be on BTN Plus. I don't have all that information. However, if you haven't had a chance to watch, they're 1-0. They beat Arkansas 3-2, who's also ranked. It was ranked 6th at the time they beat them. This freshman right here, Leanna Terrasco, was named Big Ten Freshman of the Week, and she's a starter, and they've got high hopes for this girl on the team this year, and so she's gonna make some noise and with this team. So I want you guys to keep that name in mind if you even interested closely in soccer. Do that. And of course, like I said, the home opener is tomorrow night versus TCU. I can't wait to get my TV on and watch it on BTN. BTN, guys, this game, if you have BTN, you can turn it on and support the women's soccer team. They went to the finals, Sweet 16 of soccer last year. They've got a couple of Big Ten tournament titles under their belt lately, and this team every year is making noise under their coach. I'm not going to say new coach because he's been around for several years. I think 12 years or something like that. But each year they've gotten better and better. And one of the things I plan to do, they do have a home game on the Sunday that I'm in Iowa. I plan to make the long drive from Waterloo to Iowa City to watch them in person. Okay.
So what has over the 12 years? What's the team kind of looked like? Was last year like a huge jump?
No,
or was it a slow build, or what?
No. They since about the last 4 to 5 years, they have been in the thick of the race. I think even during the COVID year, they got off to a slow start, lost a few games, didn't score any goals, was getting shut out. All of a sudden, they caught fire and won the Big Ten tournament that year and made the NCAA. And so, but anyhow, it was probably a slow go until about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, I sure want to watch it tomorrow night. It's exciting, It is.
But it is. If you
I know somebody that's really excited about it in Iowa City's Beth Getz, because she was a All-American soccer player. She ended up at Clemson, and then she was a soccer coach, before going into athletic administration. So,
all right, I'll keep getting all these pop-ups. We tried to go to Hawkeye Heaven. Hawkeye Heaven is not giving access to us tonight, so I'm going to remove them.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I apologize for that little hiccup.
I plan on not going to heaven quite tonight anyway, so. I thought it was funny, Brandon, but
Yeah. Okay.
Andrew's working on it.
I see that. Okay. Hopefully that comes back. He goes, just watch.
I trust you, buddy, but I know for a fact our Hawkeye Heaven streaming was
good last year. Yeah, but maybe because he doesn't know me, he's just gotten on there and said no.
Nah. I think it's Facebook's fault.
Okay. All right. Okay. So this brings us to the part of the show where Brandon wants to get a chance to talk about his predictions and his Big Ten finishes. And I don't think you guys haven't had an actual show yet, have you? You guys, if I didn't say that he's from the Hawkaholics, and
it's been I'll be honest with you guys, and you guys can like whip me into shape all you want, and I'm totally cool with it, but we've been kind of slacking. Last year we were all like gung-ho, don't miss a show. I only missed one show football season, and for whatever reason, just him and I have just been having some wild stuff going on. With our internet's been going crazy, his work life is all nuts, and just instead of him going everywhere now, he's stayed put in Florida. So he's home base in Florida now. So we're back though. We're back. Might as well do the announcement now since you're letting me talk. Dean, so anybody talking Hawkeye football? Or talking Iowa Hawkeyes, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
Dean is going to be joining us probably most of our episodes on the Hawkaholics. So if you do watch this show, since it is on the Hawkaholics page, Dean will be joining us and Kelvin will be joining us as much as he can. So with that being said, it's growing. I'm not saying let's just build an empire, because we don't do this to make money. I mean, if we make money, that's, whatever. But we just love Iowa. That's our passion. Kelvin, I would give Kelvin credit. He's a bigger fan than I am. This guy, he gives me all the information all day, every day, and I absolutely love it. Love you for it, buddy.
Well, in our defense, okay, you got a family and you got a job. I got a wife and family that live nearby.
Yeah.
And, and Kelvin has got all the time in the world to watch 20 podcasts a day, read 20 articles a day.
I try my hardest to soak all that in, man.
Talk to my friends and acquaintances, and and I love sharing it. I call myself a hunter gatherer. I hunt for information, I gather it, I throw away what is junk. I listen to about every podcast. Some of them I quit listening to, because I just don't get much out of some of them. But I try to gather up everything, and I love sharing it. One media person who's everybody would know told me I'm an influencer, because I'll send him stuff and he goes, gosh. And then 6 months later, he'll say, oh, that was true. I told him about Vanami like last October, the walk-on tight end, and anyway, but I just do my best, and I try not to spread anything it's not true. But
and when I don't mean to not reply to some of the things you send me. Like Dean said, I'm busy, but at the same time, there's times where I like you send me something and I look at my phone, I'm like, holy crap. And then I'll just be on with my day. Or if you want me to listen to a podcast,
nobody can listen and read all the stuff I send. Nobody can do it if they're not disabled like me. So anyway.
No, it's awesome. No, I love learning, especially about sports. Like, sports is my passion. Hopefully I spread that to my little man, but we'll see. He's still 4. He's got a ways to go. I didn't understand football until I was number 6, so he's got a bit.
I'm excited to hear what your thoughts are on the season, Brandon, and everything, the predictions and all that stuff. So
Between you and me, sir, you may not like at least one thing I'm going to say.
Oh,
You'll make fun of me.
I don't care what you say. It's
You'll
fine.
make fun of me.
Mhm.
Trust me. You'll make fun of me for it.
Well, I won't make fun of you, but
All right, Dino, what we got?
All right.
Ask away.
Tanner Campbell says that he just went 16-0 with the Hawks on the NCAA 26 and prevented the Buckeyes from repeating anything's possible. So, Tanner, congratulations. The Hawkeyes are national champs.
holy cow.
If you have a PlayStation, let's rack them up. Let's do this.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Chris, nice to hear from Vandy. I would like to hear Kelvin discuss the news of that Council Bluffs St. Louis Central has decided to leave the Hawkeye 10 Conference and join the Missouri River Conference.
I'm done talking about high school. Until my son's in high school.
I wouldn't have any knowledge of that.
I'm absolutely sick to death of what high school sports has become, dude. So like, there's a bunch of like when I played ball, like most of those teams that were in my conference aren't even in the same conference anymore. You got to travel more, and all the freaking there's new schools. Dude. When I was obviously I'm the youngest out of us, but when I was in high school,
I'm insulted.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
I thought I looked young.
Kelvin, you're not the oldest.
You do. So 4A, we had 4A. Now we got 5. Like it still confuses me. We've had this for a while now, and I'm still confused by it. So every now and then, but
yeah, things change, so.
oh, absolutely.
Yes, they do. All right. Well,
I just keep up on who the recruits are and so on and so forth. So
yeah. I don't worry about high school football until they get to the Unidome, and then I might watch it on TV if I can get it, or if it's being streamed, if I can get the streaming. Okay.
No.
All right. Oh, Brandon.
Yes, sir.
Let's pick your record first for Iowa. Go through the wins and losses.
Do we have to do? Do you want me to go? I can do a quick round, or do you want me to just do a record?
No, just kind of go through what you think.
Go through every game. You don't have to talk a long time on each one.
You would. Okay. So I'm a man. You can even ask my wife. I'm a man known to change my mind a lot. So what my record prediction this week could change next week. So just be prepared. It might change, especially with who's playing this weekend. So Albany, W. I got us winning that. Now the next one, my least favorite rival. Can't stand the Cyclones. Can't stand them. I believe in history. I believe in just patterns. There's patterns, patterns in our normal life. I believe in all that stuff. So as of right now, before I see them play, I think we can get it done in Ames. So got that. Sorry, I pull up the schedule.
I love you so far, Brandon.
You're gonna hate me here at the end. You already know.
Oh, okay.
So here's another game, and I think Kirk gets that. This is just for me being selfish. Kirk's gonna get that W while on the road, so he can break that record on the road. Because the next week against UMass, because of my anniversary, I'm going to Colorado for a week where we got married. So I'm going to miss the UMass game, which I heard they're like one of the worst teams in the FBS, not named Kent State. We're going to absolutely destroy UMass. Now, this one, we're not there yet. Moose. We're not there yet. This one, I'm kind of. This could be a trap game. Just because the fact that it's on a Friday, I get that we just destroyed UMass, and UMass ain't nothing. But it has a chance to be a trap game. Now that doesn't mean I'm picking them to win because I'm not. I'm picking Iowa to win. But unfortunately, I feel like since it's going to be a short week, you got to travel on the other side of the United States into Jersey. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than what we're comfortable with. It's going to kind of be like UCLA last year before halftime. You ready for this?
We're ready.
We're going to beat Indiana. I don't think Indiana is as good as they were last year. Granted, I think they have a better quarterback than they did last year. I think Fernando Mendoza is a lot better than what's his face? Rourke, right?
Yep. O'Rourke or Rourke.
Yeah. And then the next week, I'm hopefully this is a bucket list game. I'm wanting to go to Madison, to go to Camp Randall. That is on my bucket list. I am picking a win on that one. God, I've been going back and forth with these two teams, Penn State and Oregon, our two toughest opponents of the season.
So you have us undefeated so far?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna go with my gut. I think we're gonna lose to Penn State. I think they're one of the top teams in the country. They're definitely going to be in the playoffs, and I think they'll be really good. So I don't think we can beat them. It gets better, trust me. Next week, Minnesota. That's a win. We're going to beat PJ Fleck easily.
The Fighting Flex.
I think we'll beat Oregon. I think we're going to go 2-1 against the playoff opponents. So I think we'll beat Oregon. I don't think Oregon is as good as they were last year. Yeah, they always have these flashy transfers. Their quarterback, Dante Moore, I don't really know too much about him. I've heard the name before, but I haven't really looked into him too much. Dean, forgive me for this one, my friend. I think you're going to be 0-2 in the next few years. I think we lose at USC. Just because of what happens out west. I believe in patterns. I don't think, I just for some reason I feel like when we go out west. Granted, we did beat them in the Holiday Bowl, and that's in San Diego.
Okay. Just
yes.
Kelvin sent us something earlier that I actually was kind of shocked to see. Is we haven't won against an original Pac-8 team since 1967 on their home turf. So that's an amazing stat. And considering in 1967 we were dog poop for a team.
And I don't even know if Lincoln Riley is going to be. I don't know what his status will be by the time that we play them.
Lincoln Riley,
be a better team.
Lincoln Riley will coach at USC as long as he wants to, because his buyout this year's new contract, his buyout's like $88 million. Could you imagine? Where the hell are you going to get $88 million to buy him out?
Because in Hollywood, don't they have money out there? Isn't it? That's where a lot of
but USC really is not they have a lot of endowments and stuff.
Yeah.
But the USC people don't really care that much about sports. It's weird. Riley had to pull teeth to get a bunch of nil money, but I don't know. But anyway, I'm just telling you what his buyout is.
So what's it? Do you know
the market in Los Angeles? Let me just tell you, it's all about the pro teams. 2 hockey teams, 2 baseball teams, 2 football teams, 2 basketball teams, and a women's pro team. So that's all they really care about. The Los Angeles market. They don't care about college.
Do you know then how long he's supposed to be under contract for? When's his final year?
Like 2032 or something like that.
He just got an extension.
So they're gonna bleed to death. Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't think Lincoln Riley's going to be a terrible future coach for him. You know, they might not be like Pete Carroll's juggernaut, but I don't know.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
All right. Last two opponents. So senior day, we're gonna beat Michigan State. Michigan State is better. I don't think they're like crazy like they were. I mean, not crazy. We just pooped our pants last year in East Lansing. Last but not least, fellas, you know what's coming.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, Nebraska has a really easy schedule, like ridiculously easy for what they normally get. Like we're talking like Iowa easy. It's year 3 under Matt Rule. Usually, the sophomore slump, I don't believe in that crap. Junior or senior year, and like if you have a good year, junior year, and then into senior year, I don't believe in any of that crap. I think going forward, I think the rivalry is going to get a little bit more competitive. I think it's going to start going back and forth. I don't think we're going to see too many one-sided games. So with that being said, I have us losing a close one to Nebraska. So I have us at 8-4. Now, like I said, guys, we still have another week. I could,
yeah, and I went with
didn't you only give us 3 losses? You had USC, Penn State, and Nebraska, wasn't it?
Oregon.
Nebraska.
Or did you get us beating Oregon?
He had us beaten Oregon.
Okay, so it's changed. So it's 9-3 now.
Okay,
But,
why would I be mad? You said you're going to yell at me, Calvin. You know, I wouldn't even have yelled at you if you'd went 4-8.
Nebraska.
You know?
Nebraska.
Okay, so I also chose 8-4. However, my real picks will be week by week based on what's going on in the season when we make our picks for each game.
So how do you keep score then? Do you do one for your preseason pick and then go by that at the end of the year, and then do you do week by week and then go off that also?
Yeah. I got a notebook here.
Yeah.
And but my week to week picks will be the ones I'm actually flying with.
Yeah, Brandon thinks we're way more serious about this than we are. You know.
That's just
All right, I want to just read. If we could just take a minute, to read some of these things. Okay. Marty says PSU is for real, and is he related to Bill Polka? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Brothers.
Tanner Campbell says, "I hope we make Franklin cry." That would be nice. I mean, I know the guy's got a monkey on his back. He's got a monkey on his back that he can't win the big game, but I don't like the guy myself, personally.
You don't? Really?
No, I don't. He's a good coach. He's a fine coach. Can't deny that. What he's done at Penn State.
There's only 2 coaches in the Big Ten that Kirk doesn't like. It's not that he hates them, but he does not like Fleck or Franklin. And the Franklin thing pretty much was because of the faking injuries.
Oh, yeah.
They'd yell turtle on the sidelines, which means you bury yourself on the ground like a turtle, pull your head in and all that stuff. And that's the only reason. And then, because, you know, Kirk's son-in-law, Tyler Barnes, got his start with Franklin at Vanderbilt, you know, and Franklin has repeatedly tried getting Seth Wallace and Tyler Barnes over there, but that's the only problem Kirk has with Franklin.
What did Franklin do at Vanderbilt, by the way?
He was a winner. That's how he got. That's the only way you get a job at Penn State if you're a good coach.
Okay.
You know?
Well, speaking of Vanderbilt, Vandy Chris says Iowa going out west and getting handled is the norm. I've seen stuff to make a Hawkeye shed tears with some of the black and gold performance in the Los Angeles area specifically. All right, Mark Stoops, if he were to get fired this season, would have the second largest buyout in history. He'd have to see Lincoln Riley's contract.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Now entering his fourth season at USC, Riley's contract includes a massive buyout, estimated $75 million for 2025.
There you go, man.
I'm gonna just let me catch up, guys, before we comment. I love James Franklin. Great dude. Got to see him over the summer when he came to visit our baseball coach. And was it Nebraska here? I think Nebraska will be overconfident against us, and Iowa will be hungry.
Well, they're always hungry.
Yeah, I just think,
I'm sorry, guys. I just needed to catch those up.
yeah,
Real
you
quick.
kind of wonder if Nebraska players think they're snake bitten or something. I don't know. But once they get over that hump, I would expect that they kind of compete with Iowa on somewhat a level basis.
It's coming, man.
They always have way better recruiting classes and everything, but our teams seem to play more Kirk's teams are more disciplined than most teams that we play, fewer penalties and fewer turnovers.
So, Brandon.
Yes, sir.
9-3. Where does Iowa finish in the Big Ten?
7th, I said. Right? I think I said 7th.
They would be 7-2. 7-2. That seems 7 to me seems like a very low.
But he's got him losing. He's got him going 6-3 because he's got 3 losses.
Yeah, but one of them's to Iowa State, so it'd be 7-2.
No, I didn't.
No, he hasn't beaten Iowa State.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Right?
6-3.
Yeah.
6-3.
Okay. He had him unbeaten going into Penn State. We lose to Penn State, lose to USC, and lose to the Cornhuskers. So 6-3 will get you anywhere from 4th to 8th.
Who's talking about? Oh, Briola.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay. So anyhow, that's a kind of a segue in if you want to quickly run down what you think is your order of finish. And then I want to do something once you do that.
Man, I just had the graphic too. I don't
Well, I was gonna actually put it up, but
put it up.
I don't have it to put up.
Oh, you don't.
I forgot to send it to myself.
No, shoot.
That's okay. I'll tell you what it is. I'll look it up real quick.
Pretty pathetic podcasting here, ladies and gentlemen. I can't even freaking remember my top. So I'm pretty sure.
Don't worry about it.
I'm pretty sure it's Ohio State, Penn State. And the only reason why I have Ohio State at number 1 is because I don't know. Penn State got to get over that hump against Ohio State. And they do have some tough games too. I'm pretty sure they play Oregon. And I'm not sure if I think that's at home. So I'm a little more confident about that, but I think I think they're going to beat Texas pretty soundly. I don't think Texas is that great. And I like the Mannings. Okay. I have nothing against the Mannings. I would love to see Arch shine unless he plays Oklahoma, then F him. But he can succeed all he wants because Peyton was a beast. I liked Peyton. So that's a good family in my book, but I think Ohio State will take care of them.
And
they're two. That same kid, man, I'm telling you, dude, I think he's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be interesting. I'm actually going to try to watch that, but it may be at the same time as our game, so I may not be able to. But if anything, I can just check the score.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have it yet, Dean? Because I can't remember. I know I had Nebraska finishing 6th.
I got it. All right. Do you want to know what you had? Okay.
Yeah, sure. This might be.
You had Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, Indiana, Oregon, Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois, Minnesota, USC, UCLA. So you've shown a little bit of respect for UCLA this year. Washington, Wisconsin, Michigan State, Rutgers, Maryland, Northwestern, and Purdue.
Yeah, I did.
Yep. So would Penn State and Ohio State play twice then? Like, would
I
they?
think I would say so.
Yeah, that happened last year. Oregon and Ohio State played twice.
Yeah, I know that.
I do think.
But Oregon and Ohio State played in the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ohio State was like fourth in the Big Ten. They didn't even play in the Big Ten championship. They get fourth in the Big Ten, and then they win the national championship. It was like,
so on your thing, I would flip flop Rutgers and Wisconsin because Wisconsin's record. So even if they're a decent team, they're going to have a hard time getting a lot of wins, unless, of course, that they just show everybody that they're back to blue blood level.
Well, Billy Edwards, man, I'm telling, he's crazy, man. Going from Maryland to Wisconsin, thinking that is going to change stuff for him when they're pretty much going to have the same record. Yeah, just kids, man. Kids are crazy.
Okay, so this came out today.
Yes.
And I hand wrote it out and I could not find out who put this out, but it showed up on my internet feed. And I looked hard because there was no name attached to it. But this is somebody or some, like an ESPN or Sports Illustrated or something, did the percentage chance in each game of Iowa to win. So they had Albany at 100%, Iowa State 43%.
I believe it.
UMass 99%. What? UMass actually has a chance at 1%? Okay. Rutgers we got a 62% chance. Indiana 49. So basically it's a toss-up game, but they're putting the toss-up toward Indiana.
Kinnick Magic.
Okay, Wisconsin 59%. Penn State 25%.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Oregon. Sorry,
this is crazy. Minnesota's 62%. Are they supposed to be that bad this year?
Really? You thought they was going to be?
Well, I thought they'd be decent like they always are.
But
They always got 8 or 9 wins.
Well, you know that PJ Fleck almost never beats Iowa. Was he 1-9 or something? And that only happened because Cooper DeJean got screwed. And this year Iowa, for the first time in 5 years, we know we got a quarterback. It's either Gronowski, and if he gets hurt, we got Hank Brown. So we're better than normal offensively, I think. Go ahead, Dean.
All right. Okay, so Oregon's 32%, a little higher than I would have thought. USC 38%, so they're not even giving us a chance to win this game.
Don't blame them.
Okay, now here's one that surprises me. Michigan State, 85% chance to win.
It's November in Iowa City.
Okay.
Well, like I said on your podcast the other night, Dean, Phil Parker is a Michigan State Spartan. He was embarrassed last year by a new coach at Michigan State. That did not bode well for Michigan State this year. That is a game that Phil has marked on the calendar. I'm worried about every game except Albany and UMass. I think there's 10 possible losses on our schedule, and Michigan State is a possible loss. But I think Phil Parker, there's no way he's going to lose that game.
Okay. All right. And then finally, guys, what do you think Nebraska's at? Percentage for us to win or lose?
Win 42%.
What do you think, Brandon?
40.
59.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
that actually shocked me.
The big hole in Nebraska's roster this year is on both lines. They lost their left tackle to a ACL, and their defensive line, they lost both of their NFL defensive tackles from last year. And I don't expect Nebraska's defense to be as good as last year. So That's the only. I'm surprised that our percentage is that high, but anyway.
I am too. Anyway, Lance Hurd says, from what I've seen, Hank Brown looks good. So, Lance, are you getting insider practice and seeing what's going on? You know, or
Nobody's getting inside of practice.
some people have access.
Brad Heinrichs, some guy on.
Access.
Yeah, he's only been to 2 practices.
Oh, okay.
Brad lives in Florida, you know. But anyway, Brad don't know football anyway. You know, he pretty much repeats what the coaches say and everything. Brad doesn't think he's an expert. You know, most of us think we're experts and we ain't. But anyway, Brad commented there was some guy on an On3 thread that he said that he's watched so many practices and this and that, and Brad just pretty much called him a liar. He said, I know for a fact by the logbooks there's only been one person. Nobody has seen more than 2 practices that isn't, you know, with the athletic department.
Yeah, or former football player. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break here. This is a quick place for a break, so here we go.
I didn't even get up and go to the bathroom, Dean. What was that?
What happened? Did it not go?
No.
All right, we're back. Sorry about that little snafu. I must have accidentally stopped it when I threw down the headphones.
No problem, Dean.
Okay. All right. Lance says when I asked him, he said that a guy at work had it pulled up on his computer showing them practice. So that's what he's seen.
Oh.
Okay. So, all right.
Oh, you're talking about them highlights that the University of Iowa puts out once a week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably it. Or somebody streaming it live from the.
Like, no, there's nobody streaming it live. Yesterday they had the 20 minutes of Tim Lester and Seth Wallace mic'd, you know, and they showed
I loved it. I loved that one.
Oh God, that was awesome. But
Yeah.
you can't watch them little highlights and say, "Oh God, that guy is really tearing up practice." If they show one play where
Is that the one that ended with McCollum and Ferentz talking at the end of the video?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Marty says, Iowa, great O-line. And D-line is tons better or deeper through a mobile quarterback, which I feel will shatter QB rushing records. Best punter, kicker, offense, I feel will average 30 points a game. I've already said that. We're going to go over 30 points a game. Good job, Marty. I know you're a great fan, so I know that
He's famous.
It comes. Yeah, you are. He is. I've seen his pictures all over the internet. I got to get him to be a buddy of mine.
Can we get a real quick shout out to Hawkeye Elvis. He just announced that he's retiring the costume this year. Did you guys get the awareness of that?
Yes. Yeah. It's
Had
sad
him up.
because
Yeah.
I missed him. I missed him at the UCLA game last week, and he does follow my page, and I told him, I said, I looked all over for you. I wanted to get a good picture with you. And he says, we'll get it done next year. Guess what? It's not getting done this year.
I've seen him on podcasts, and he's very knowledgeable about recruiting, and a lot of Hawkeye. He's very knowledgeable is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Chris says from every piece of video he has seen, Gronk looks terrible. People hedging on their bets on Iowa winning 8-10 game with Gronk as the starter after problems. Okay.
Yeah, that was a positive comment.
Yeah, I watched the complication of video of Gronowski from the last scrimmage, and he was butt. He was not good.
You can't be.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I gotta say something here. Okay, how can you judge a person on one public scrimmage? Okay, I mean, he had some good moments. He had some bad moments. No doubt about it. Nobody's gonna deny that. But how do we know what happened before? How do we know what's happening right now? Okay. Okay. Cody says 15-0. What's it take? How many games does it take to win to be a national champion?
15.
16-0.
16?
Because
16, okay.
you're playing a championship game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the field 12 this year?
Yes, it's still 12.
Okay.
And the Big Ten and ESPN get their way, we're going to expand it to 28 teams. How about that?
No.
Yeah.
I would stick to NFL, honestly. I would start watching the NFL if they did that.
It's just getting to be too much.
I wish they'd set up college football like the NFL. I do. I mean, I'd like to see everybody in their conference or division play everybody in their conference or division. Mm-hmm. I don't care about non-conference games. That way you get the best team in each division or conference and then put them into the playoffs like the NFL. But.
Yeah. All right, guys. I asked you before. Well, let's do another one of his. His passing stats from the scrimmage were like 5 of 18, and no way.
If he's talking about Gronk, he was 10 of 21 for 133 yards.
One interception.
And Hank Brown had a higher completion percentage, but Hank Brown threw for a total of 34 yards. And I thought Hank Brown looked good, but Gronowski was throwing deep all the time. He averaged 7 yards per completion.
Yeah.
No, 13 yards per completion and like 7 yards per attempt, but anyway, those are the official stats kept by the media. But
all right.
Anyway,
okay, guys, I had asked you guys to come up with your key players that you think, if we're going to win this season, they need to step up big time. Can you guys come up with anything? I got mine.
Yeah.
And,
I'll go last.
Okay. I'm gonna let Mr. Kelvin go first.
I joked with you guys today that what players have to come up big this year, and I said 109 of them. That's how many's on the roster.
Sure.
But who has to come up big?
Yeah.
Somebody at cornerback. That's it. That's the only position I'm worrying about on the team is cornerback. A little bit of left tackle, but that would be my. And it's got to be somebody at cornerback. I don't believe that TJ Hall is the number one cornerback till I see it. He was god awful last year. Deshaun Lee was better than him last year. Deshaun Lee wasn't even average last year, but he was way better than TJ Hall. You know, I'm hoping Jalen Watt. I hope one of them two is. They're going to be better this year because Phil's coaching them another year. But I hope one or two of the other guys, like Jalen Watson, I like him, or Alex Moda, or Shaheed Barros.
That's my guy.
Somebody, you know.
All right.
Okay, that'd be my.
Okay.
Take.
These are the guys that probably will come up big. Okay. You know, the special
I
teams.
thought your question was who needs to come up big.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. It's whoever these guys need to come up big.
But anyway, the guys I'd pick to come up big would be Llewellyn, Entringer, and Shire on defense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'd say Reese Vanderzee and Seth Anderson are going to come up big at wide receiver. But
yeah. Well, here's who I picked. I picked Gronk. Okay. And by the way, somebody questioned me today when I wrote something and had Gronk. I wrote the word Gronk and I got questioned for it. Yes, I already know that Gronk is the nickname of another tight end of a tight end, but it's a lot easier to write Gronk when you're typing than it is to spell out Gronowski, and you can't even spell it right.
halfway through the season, everybody's going to be calling him Gronk. So
yeah.
Grono.
Yeah. Okay. Cody says Vanderzee and Seth Anderson need to come up big. Okay. All right. Here I got Gronk. Okay. Our punter, Reese Dakin. Okay.
Thank
you know, and golly, like I said in my bold predictions on the show the other day, this guy's going to average over 51 yards a punt this year. I just feel it in my bones. Drew Stevens. Also, I said that he will kick a 60-plus yard field goal this year. It'll probably be like at the end of a half or something like that, or end of the game when they're tied up and Kirk feels, all right, let's just see if we can get this field goal off and maybe we can not go into overtime. Okay? It'll be something like that. You'll have to kick it from about the 45-yard line of the opponent. All right. Okay. Return man, Weejan. I want to see him do more than just field the thing and get a yard or two, you know, get hit. I want to see him to do what he does best, get elusive, you know, move around, get, you know, just sidestep some people and go for the end zone. Because I like Cooper DeJean when he was there. His comment is they asked him what he was thinking every time he gets the ball, and he goes, all I'm thinking about is scoring. You know? And okay. So anyway, also, okay, I have Carson Shire. Sure, is that how you say it, Shire?
Yep.
Okay. TJ Hall. He's got to be better than he was last year. And I thought you told me, Kelvin, maybe I misunderstood that you said that he was actually better.
Well, you just hear media people saying he's cornerback number one. Well, I want to see it. He didn't play in the kids game. You know, I want to see it on the field. You know, you got to prove it to me because he has been bad every year he's been at Iowa. This is his fifth year. You know, it's like Nwampa. I hear people saying, "Oh, he's going to be an All-American this year." Well, he hasn't done it
played
yet.
anywhere near it. He hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, and I hope he is.
Yeah. No, to hear you say that TJ Hall's been bad is like, wow, because you're not like that. You always give everybody the benefit of the doubt and always find something positive about people. So, wow.
Well, I love all the Hawkeyes. I love Deacon Hill. You know, and I love TJ Hall. He's not as bad as Deacon Hill is, but TJ Hall has not proven anything at Iowa yet until we see it on the field. And I hope he does.
Yeah. So. All right. Another guy who got to come up big, another guy is the other cornerback, Deshaun Lee. This guy has to show something this year. He cannot get beat. He needs to be a leader on the field when he's out there. And, yeah. Just don't get burned over your head this year. Okay, Logan Jones. Because of the bad snaps already between Logan Jones and Gronowski. we can't have any bad snaps between those guys. We can't at the Iowa State and have a 3rd and 2 or something and go into shotgun formation and fumble the ball and make it 4 in a mile.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
All righty. And then finally, Cone Etchinger. The guy's only had one start in his career, but this guy could be possible All-American by the end of the year. And didn't we say the other night, Calvin, that I picked him to be our leading tackler this year?
No,
I did not say that, did I? I did not.
no,
you're right.
you picked the Shire.
Yeah, you're right. The linebacker. Okay.
Yeah, it's every year that I can ever remember at Iowa. It's usually the middle linebacker, but it's always one of the linebackers.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Chris says Gronk was 9 for 21 for 121 yards, a pick 6. Brown was 7 for 11 for 35 yards, the only TD pass of the scrimmage. Helinski went 6 for 12 and 43 yards per Hawkeye report. Okay.
Yeah, ain't that about what I said? 35 yards, 34 yards.
Yeah.
So.
Here's the problem with the numbers is each media person, there's no official stats kept. Each media person was keeping their own stats, and they all came up with something different. And the one that Kelvin quoted earlier came from Chad, and I believe him and Kakirk or Dockerman were just almost identical.
Yeah, there was one pass attempt different and like 8 yards different.
Yeah, so I would go with those two. All right, Cody says Xavier Wampa needs to step up also. Moving him from him to free safety should be huge. Yeah, Cody, I actually agree with you on that one. He does. I don't know why I didn't put him on my list. He does. He has to show us something this year. If he wants to be All-American by the end of the year or get an NFL draft, he's going to have to show something that he hasn't shown in his previous seasons at Iowa. All right, Brandon, your turn, buddy. I know what you told. I hope you're doing more than what you told us on the group chat this morning.
You'll like it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to change mine up a little bit because obviously the quarterback's pretty damn important. And I'm going to do a little something different. I'm going to be a lazy ass, and I'm going to go with our offensive line needs to step up because if you can't, if Grano's getting chased the entire game, he's going to make stupid decisions. Granted, he is a Walter Payton Award winner, mind you. Mm-hmm. He still has to have a line. And then I'm also going to go with the entire secondary. Like I said, lazy answers, but that's what killed us last year. Especially, I am convinced we would have won the Iowa State game last year if who was it that got beat by Higgins? That over the middle pass. Who was that?
It was either Hall or Lee. I don't remember which one.
One of those two. Yeah. If that wouldn't have happened, I think we would have won that game.
We had one go up the center of the field to where Nwampa let him run right by him.
Mm-hmm.
I count the safeties. Yeah, they're all
freaking
large.
They're all defensive backs.
The one right at the end of the game when there was only 22 seconds left or whatever, that was Castro. They got beat down the sideline.
All we had to do was stop him. And the game was in the book.
It sucks too because that was my favorite defensive player, but
I love Castro.
I do too. So yeah, it just honestly the offensive line and the secondary just need to step up because we can't be letting these quarterbacks chuck a bunch of freaking deep balls. That's what killed us last year. Can't be doing that this year. If we can stop all that, and if we could give Grano some time in the backfield to make decisions when he's dropping back for a pass, I think we're going to have success.
Well, the one thing I like about him, he's kind of like Drew Tate. He can actually run and throw on the fly. So if the O-line breaks down and he's getting chased, I like our chances because he could run out of trouble and find somebody. I'm always jealous of those teams' quarterbacks who we got him. We got the guy in our hands in the backfield, and he slips away and makes a fantastic throw. The guy makes a fantastic catch.
Well,
I want that for Iowa.
I'm
That's
pretty
what
sure
we're lacking at Iowa.
pretty sure we got it for
Yeah.
a year. We got a little rental.
I think Hank Brown or Helinski next year will make a good starters. I don't think we have to dip into the transfer portal this year.
I hope not. My God.
So, all right, that's it, guys.
Is it?
No, there's one couple of more things I wanted to do real quick, and this is kind of off the top of our heads.
Yeah.
Is just kind of like talk a little bit on the national scene, and then we can call it good. I want you guys to pick the top 2 teams that'll be playing for the title in each Power 4 conference, and who wins their game.
Oh man.
Who do you want to go first, Dean?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay. All righty. So in the Big 12, I have Texas Tech playing Kansas State for the title.
Really,
Texas
Dean?
State.
Really?
Texas State wins.
Texas Tech wins, really, or Kansas State?
Texas
one?
Tech. Okay. All right. The money. They gotta do it this year with the money, because with the new rules in place, it's going to be hard to, without cheating, to give a bag of money to a bunch of people. All right. I'll save the Big Ten for last. In the Atlantic Coast Conference, I pick Clemson and I don't know, maybe North Carolina. I don't know who else I don't think there's a decent team in the ACC. But Clemson for sure, and they win.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. In the SEC, this is a little more complicated, but I'm actually going to go with Georgia and South Carolina. Okay. Yeah.
You're just trying to appease the boss.
Sucking up, man. Sucking up to Andrew. No. But I got Georgia winning it. I don't have a lot of respect this year yet for Alabama until that coach shows that he can bring that team back to previous levels. And then for the Big Ten, it's Penn State and Ohio State playing for the title. Oregon comes in third, only because they're going to lose to Penn State earlier in the season, and they're going to lose to Iowa, right? So they don't have enough wins. They don't have enough wins to go for the second place. And so I'm gonna say that this is the year Franklin gets the monkey off his back, and he wins the big game, and they go in as Big Ten champions into the playoffs. And so, all right, here we go. Chris, let's see what Chris has to say. SEC, Georgia versus Texas. Okay, got to roll with the dogs. ACC, Clemson versus SMU. Okay, SMU was the team I couldn't think of. Clemson rolls. Big 12, Arizona State versus Iowa State. I don't think either team gets there. And Penn State versus Oregon. Penn State wins it.
Oregon ain't making it.
Yeah. All right. So you went last time, Brandon. Why don't you go next now?
Okay. All right. So I got Georgia over LSU.
Okay.
And then I got I'm not copying you. This is exactly the matchup I had, except I had Kansas State beating Texas Tech.
Okay.
And then let's see, the ACC, I'm going to go with Clemson, Miami. I think Miami wakes up this year. I don't like Miami, mind you, but Clemson will beat them, but I just somehow Miami does a lot better this year. Big Ten, I'm going to take Ohio State over Penn State.
Okay. So two of those we have the same two champion title games participants, but we picked different winners.
Yep.
Okay. All right, Kelvin, this is your chance to shine, bud.
The top of my head might shine. That's about it. I got in the Big 12. I know I'd take Arizona State as a favorite. They got a lot of guys back from the championship team last year, and I love their coach. Now, my second place team, I didn't even think about this or anything. My second place team, I don't know. Why don't I just go with a flyer and go with Iowa State?
Nope.
You made a lot of Cyclone fans happy tonight.
I root for Iowa State when they play in Iowa. I don't even consider Iowa State to be one of our top 3 rivals. So
can't, buddy. I'll root for Wisconsin over Iowa State. Hell, I'll root for any of the Ohio State, Michigan over Ohio State.
Yeah, I said Iowa State.
I know, but I can't do it.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a free country. You can hate me. I don't care.
I don't hate you.
Yeah. I can't believe you picked Iowa to go 9-3. Boy, that's an awful good season with this record. But so the next conference, ACC. I have no clue who would be my second team. Everybody and their brother's going to vote for Clemson. They're such a great team this year.
Mm-hmm.
Supposed to have a good quarterback and everything. I guess I'll go with Miami, even though they seem to give away games that they shouldn't give away. And we got SEC. I know who my top 3 teams are in the SEC. It's Georgia, Texas, and Alabama. And I don't know much about the Alabama quarterback, so I'll go with the other 2, Georgia and Texas. And do I have to give winner? And then in the Big 10, I'll go with Penn State and Ohio State. And then, do you want the winners of these championship games or not?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Let's see. I'll go with Texas over Georgia. I'll go with Clemson easy. I'll go to Arizona State. I love that young coach they have. And then did I give the Big 10 yet?
No. Yeah.
Okay. Did I? I know I got Ohio State beating Penn State the second time they play.
Okay.
If they play twice this year.
Yeah.
So did that cover all the conferences?
Yeah, it did, because we're only going with 4. Yeah. Okay.
Like I said, I'm just doing it off the top of my head. I didn't even.
The one thing I didn't think about is SEC still has divisions, don't they? And so they still have to take the winners of the 2 divisions. So I didn't take that into consideration.
I didn't either, but I know Texas would be in the West and Georgia, I think, would be in the East, right? So.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I kind of forgot that Texas could make some noise with the Manning boys there this year.
Well, they got a lot more than just the Manning boys. They got a super duper roster. I seen Nick Saban. He said that the best rosters in college football this year were Penn State, Texas, and Alabama. He said, but.
Okay, we're gonna see how that. We'll see how that having the best talent comes out at the end of the year. Chris said that the SEC does not have divisions anymore.
Nope. Not.
All right, guys. I do 100% appreciate you guys' participation on here tonight. I didn't miss anything, did I? On our.
I thought we were gonna pick the playoff CFP playoffs or something.
Oh no. We're saving that. We're saving that for their show.
Is that something that Brandon sent out or something? His picks or something? But anyway,
we got his picks in.
I think I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about them Cubbies just did a home run? They're ahead of your Brewers 4-2. So
shit.
I know you're a Brewer. I think a Bronco and a Sooner fan.
Packer. I'm a cheesehead.
What?
Did you do that? Did you
Oh,
put up
Packers?
that Brew Crew podcast?
Oh, he told me today that he told me something about, the Brewers were going to win.
No,
or something.
I do root for the Broncos, but just because
Oh, the Broncos?
just because of my grandpa. Yeah, I'm a diehard cheesehead, but when they don't play Green Bay, I'll root for the Broncos.
Jason Hackwell, he's a big Bronco fan too.
Is he really?
Niners, 49ers.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been a Chiefs fan since I watched the first Super Bowl at 4 years old.
You think
I picked my Chiefs because of their a little kid. I didn't know nothing about football, but I thought they had the prettiest helmets of the two teams, so I became a Chief fan.
I became a Viking fan when Fran Tarkington was being chased all over the field and found ways to get balls to his receivers.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they've been to 4 Super Bowls and not won one of them, and now they screw up in the playoffs. Every time it looks like they're going to do something good, they get toward the playoffs and just screw it up.
So hopefully, what was I going to say? So who do you think is going to take the? I know we're going to go way off topic here. So
That's okay.
Who's
These
winning
guys probably don't mind you.
Who's winning the AFC West then this year? Do you think the Broncos?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask us about Sophie Cunningham. The AFC West?
Yeah.
Broncos.
Yeah.
I think so.
The Chiefs the Chiefs haven't lost the division in a long time.
I know, but the Chiefs' run is over.
They'll be very angry.
Chiefs will have a way better team this year than they did last year.
All I know is they showed in the playoffs that their run is over. Not in the playoffs, but in the Super Bowl.
They showed in the playoffs that they didn't have an offensive line, and now they have an offensive line. So
who
they
wins
got
the NFC West?
Their first round pick was that Josh Simmons from Ohio State, who had an ACL, and boy, does he look good in preseason. So anyway. But I picked my Chiefs. But
okay, yeah.
I like teams that have old offensive linemen as head coaches.
Yeah.
I like Andy Reid and Kirk Ferentz. So.
Don't overlook the Chargers.
Yeah.
Broncos might be the team to beat. Chris is a Saints fan. He loves Run Phillips.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry to hear that this year.
Well, yeah, I think Mr. Manning will probably be their quarterback next year, and I think Nick Saban will be their coach.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here.
Okay.
Guys, if you made it this far, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the little bell so that you get notified every time we go live.
Yeah.
Hit the like button. Please smash that like button as hard as you can.
Share it.
Share it out. Leave some comments, though, before you share it out so they can see your comments. Okay. So, anywho, we're going to get out of here.
Okay.
Calvin and I will be back on Sunday night where we're going to do our preview of the Albany game. And then I for sure, maybe Calvin will be back with the Hawkeyes on Wednesday night.
And we'll be talking about Albany again.
Yeah. But it'll be a different set of people who get to hear it.
And on Wednesday night, Brandon.
Yes.
Am I on every Wednesday night or not?
We will. Our thing is
we'll have a fresh new depth chart in our hands. I don't know that it'll mean a hell of a lot, but
probably not. But if we don't have a guest, I would say yes. But if we do have a guest, probably not. Just because I don't know what it is, but if we have way too many people in a room, it just gets crowded, and people are talking over each other, and it gets chaotic.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Just somebody clue me in. So I got a lot of demand, Brandon.
I know you're popular.
I know. It's like it's hard.
Okay, guys, let's get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Go Hawks, and we'll see you on Sunday.